Lexus has a brand new model out called the TX350. I think it's time I get one so we can take it out for a test drive. Let's look at the price first. And here's a chart with the price spread. Looks like it can get very, very expensive if you load it up with a lot of goodies. And I just got the price sheet of the vehicle they're sending me. Let's take a look. Well, it says an F Sport, so that jacks up the price right off in the start. It's a convenience package. Levinson stereo, I'm sorry. That's a lot of money. Technology package. What are they charging us for a cargo mat? We're up into 70 grand almost, and they're charging us $335 for a cargo mat. Come on. Being kind of penny pinching, isn't it? And there's the total damage. And the traditional V6 is now gone, replaced with a 2.4 liter turbo, putting out 275 horsepower. The same turbo engine found in the Toyota Tacoma. 8-speed automatic transmission, all-wheel drive, F-Sport package, variable suspension. And the entire point of getting rid of the traditional V6 that Lexus always had, very nice motor by the way, replacing it with this new turbo 4-cylinder is improved fuel economy. With the all-wheel drive, they're claiming 20 to 26 mpg with an average of 23. We're going to take this out in the real world, rack up a lot of miles to see if that's true. So you don't have to. By the way, this is made in Indiana, for those who want to buy American. And some people in the comment section might compare this to the Toyota Highlander, and yes, the Lexus is based on the Highlander, kind of. However, yes, the price is higher on the Toyota, but you get a lot less goodies. On the Lexus, it's mainly standard. One of the reasons you get the higher price tag on the Lexus version. So here it is in person, best picture we can get because it's been raining all week. This is about as much light as we're going to get. Not a bad looking vehicle. And for people complaining about the Lexus cheese grater grills they've been famous for, or infamous for, depending how you look at it, it's gone, replaced with this. And typical Lexus rear end. One of the first things I want to do is check and see what brand of tires they're giving us, because some manufacturers are putting cheapies on to save money, but these are nice Continentals. No complaints with that. On this particular upgraded model, they gave us 22 inches, and they look nice, but usually they have a tendency to destroy the ride quality, we'll find out. And if you ever get a flat on the road, out of town, you're never ever going to find a replacement in stock unless you're in a super big city. Be warned. The TX350 is a 3-row seater. Here we have the third row folded. And next we want to see if there is a spare tire. Well, we do have a jack. That's a good sign. But where is the tire? I tried pulling this up to see what's underneath, and it's going to take a lot of effort to do so. And look underneath, there's nothing but a gas tank. But I did look at an owner's manual, and it says indeed there is a very thin spare tire under here. So we'll have to take their word for it. Why do they make it so difficult to get this stuff off? And as we always do in our videos, we're going to take these headlights out in the dark and see they perform, but that's a separate video. We'll have a link for that at the end of this video, so you're getting 2 videos for the price of 1 free. One thing that puzzles us, they have a TX350 3.5. It's supposed to stand for the 3.5 V6, like in the Lexus car, the ES350. But since they don't offer the V6 anymore, this is kind of misleading, I would think. Should be TX240, since it's a 2.4 liter. Well, this is what they did. I don't know how to explain it. Inside, the quality materials, workmanship above average. You got a lot of room in the glove box. Your typical Lexus shifter with a separate park button, and be shifted to the right to shift manually if you prefer. Unfortunately, the climate control stuff is integrated on the info screen. I don't like this. Fortunately, it's easy to use. The fan speed on and off, temperature, a couple dials, but yes, we do have a dial here and a dial here, but all the other stuff integrated on the screen. And this is done for one reason only, to save money. which is okay on a Toyota, but not on an upgraded Lexus. I'm sorry, guys. We do get a volume knob for the radio. Thank you very much. A decent looking gauge cluster. The info screen is large enough. The resolution on the camera is good enough. We have the revolving vehicle. Let's see what this does. Giving us a 360-degree view of the vehicle outside. Let's take a moment and talk about the F-Sport option on this vehicle. On a normal Lexus, the F-Sport cars would have a knob either on the dash or on the stalk. Give you normal, sport, sport plus, eco, or custom motor driving. On this particular vehicle, they decided to put all the choices, normal, sport, eco, or custom, on the info screen. And there's two problems with this. Problem number one, it makes the car look cheap, because again, they're trying to save money by not forking up the money for a knob. And number two, I guarantee you, a good portion of people who buy this vehicle with the F-Sport will never see this and never know they have all these modes. Trust me, I've dealt with this before. At least when there's a big switch on the dash, they can see it. A lot of people are never going to see this. They'll drive the car for years and never know this is here. But for those who do go through the menu, you have a lot of choices here. Lane departure, parking support, blind spot monitor, rear camera, selection cross traffic alert, safe exit assist, road sign assist, blah, blah, blah. And I go through and I disconnect all this nonsense. I don't want any of it. Unfortunately, some of it comes back on when you turn the car back on. Can't have everything. So if you buy a TX, do go through all the menus on the info screen so you're not missing anything. You'll be a lot happier in the end. And I'm glad they have the tire pressure monitor. 38, 38, 38. Oop, 33 on the left one there. Cold weather, probably. We'll have to get that fixed. For daily commuting, this vehicle is more than adequate. The power steering has decent feel and feedback, for electric anyway. The brakes are very strong. The pedal feel feels the way it should be. The ride is very comfortable, although it could be a bit more comfortable if we got rid of these large 22-inch wheels and tires, I'm sure. The one complaint I hear voiced from other people is they don't want to spend 65 grand for a car with a little 4-cylinder engine. I get that. I've driven a lot of expensive cars with 4-cylinder turbos, mainly German, BMW, Audi, Mercedes, and they don't bother me because they don't sound like a 4-cylinder. This one, unfortunately, it does sound like a little 4-cylinder. Especially when you press it. It sounds like an outboard boat engine. You know it's a 4-cylinder, you don't have to look. On the positive side, it does have good bottom end torque for pulling at low speeds. Even if it does get the improved fuel economy claimed, you spend this much for a car, do you really care about gas mileage? Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. We rack up some miles and get the real fuel economy on this, as we always do. In 5 days, we hit 200 miles on the clock, 120 miles on the freeway at 75 miles per hour plus. Without the air conditioning, it's not that hot at the moment. We got 23 mpg. Resetting it, driving in the city commuting, we've got 19 mpg. And on an expressway trip, 30 miles, keeping around 65 miles per hour, we actually got 28.5 mpg. We'll clear the computer and take a highway trip, approximately 120 miles, 75 miles per hour for sure. It's cold outside, so no air conditioning will be used. This is the last MPG test we'll be doing. The TX is a pretty good highway cruiser. The wind noise is low, the ride is very good, even with the F-Sport suspension package. We'll talk about that a bit later. These seats are a bit on the soft side, so for short trips, less than an hour, maybe 2 hours, but for very long trips, I like something firmer myself. But that's just me. And the computer says we're getting 26 miles a gallon at the moment, but things can change. We've got a long ways to go. Well, there you have it, 26.9 mpg. Take on this TX350 at weekend driving. It's a nice vehicle, although personally I don't see the point in having an F-Sport package. But you need performance stuff on basically an SUV. It's designed for daily transportation. I don't think I'd want to spend the extra money for that, but that's me. Maybe not you. It's there if you want it. And even then, if the price is too much for you, there's always the Toyota Highlander, which shares the same mechanical parts, but not as much luxury. Again, take your pick. Now, if you want to see our headlight test and night drive, here's a link coming up. Click and watch. You're already here.